All right, guys, there's no secret. AI is coming and it's coming fast, and it's mostly already here. A lot of the jobs are going to be lost. And in a few studies, up to 47% of the current job market will be replaced by AI. The heaviest job sectors that are going to be hit are manufacturing, retail, and even transportation. This includes truck drivers, public transit drivers, and just transportation in general. The role of the driver is already being replaced by an automated driving system. A take here, however, by the CEO of NVIDIA, Jensen Huang, he states and thinks that AI will actually usher in more jobs in the job market. Let's hear what he has to say here.
I think there's an opportunity to ship billions of robots in the coming decades onto the planet.
Billions. I would think that a lot of workers would look at that as this robot is taking my job.
I think over time, AI and robotics will start doing more and more of what humans can and better.
So right there, AI will take over, do more and more of what humans can, and do it better. That really doesn't sound like these companies are going to be hiring more human workers as opposed to AI robots. But that's just my take. Let's see what Jensen Huang has to say, the CEO of NVIDIA.
But what about the worker?
The workers work for companies. And so companies, when they become more productive, earnings increase. I've never seen one company that had earnings increase and not hire more people.
Now, here's my take on this, all right? I'm not a CEO or a financial analyst or any kind of expert in this field, right? Now I could be completely wrong about this, right? Now, what he's saying logically makes sense. If the company is more productive and becomes more efficient, therefore they are making more profit, right? They are making more money. Overall money has increased due to their efficiency being increased, right? Now, if this is coming as a result of hiring good human workers, then logically I would think in my non-professional, non-expert mind that yes, a big hiring boom for that company is in order, right? Due to their increased financial bucket, right? But if AI is taking over, and if this AI is in the form of AI robots, and if this sector is in one of the lower skilled sectors of the job market, which includes retail, manufacturing, and transportation, then to me, it really doesn't make any sense to hire a human worker as opposed to an AI robot, which is going to be doing, as stated by these CEOs, it's going to be doing the work more efficiently and better than a human worker, and it will be costing less than a human worker. So these sectors at least are not going to be hiring, in my opinion, more human workers. In fact, they will be replacing the human workers with AI robots, in my opinion. So I don't really agree with Jensen here on his claim that if the company makes more money as a result of AI, they will be hiring more human workers. It's to me, it's partially deceiving to say that because what the companies may be hiring are the human workers related in a different field. They're most likely going to be hired for a different position that requires a greater skill set, which is not as easily or as quickly attainable by the worker that is being displaced. So that worker being displaced will have to figure out how he or she will be making an income during this process, should that person even pursue to gain the skill set necessary for that job. This also brings into question just how much competition is going to rise now for these positions. Are these positions going to be scaling in unison with the scaling of AI? Will AI be outscaling the available job positions available in the sector which requires human workers. Let's further hear what Jensen has to say.
There are some jobs that are going to become obsolete.
Well, let me offer it this way. I believe that you still want human in the loop because we have good judgment, because there are circumstances that the machines are not going to understand.
So what he's basically saying is you still want the human being in the loop, right? Because we have good judgment and there's some tasks where the machine is not going to be able to fully understand. Now, this to me, again, I'm no expert. I'm just a layman person here who is looking at what's happening from the outside, and I'm just using logical reasoning, right? As any normal logical person would use. And again, I could be completely wrong. So if you think I'm incorrect here, I would love to be educated on how exactly AI coming in and replacing the majority of the human workforce is going to be creating more jobs. Now, I do agree, as I've stated in my previous videos, that AI is a great thing for humanity, in my opinion, right? In my opinion, the introduction of AI will open up so many more possibilities for everyone simply because their free time will have been given back to them. Humans will have reclaimed their free time and will be able to be creative once again. The cost of goods and services will drastically and significantly decrease, allowing people the opportunity to finally create more than consume, right? This, in my opinion, is a huge net positive. But what is at stake here is not necessarily just one aspect of AI coming in and giving back people their free time so that they can be creative, right? The way the economy has functioned so far is largely unchanged. Once AI takes over, relative to the historical context, overnight, the economy will have changed from night and day. It will have changed, 180 change, right? AI comes in, takes over the job sector in that specific sector, and boom, the economy has changed forever. The human is no longer the worker. The human now is being replaced by the AI robot. There will be a transition phase. So what Jensen does not mention here is that while there may be some partial truth in his statement where he states that yes, the introduction of AI will open up the possibilities for many newer jobs to come to the market, right? What he does not mention is how long is that process going to take, and what are the contingency plans put in place during that transition phase where masses of people, masses of humans are being displaced and unemployed by AI robots in their respective sectors. And the sectors that are going to be hit the hardest and first are manufacturing, retail, and transportation, as they are already in the works of being displaced. These technologies are already here, and they're just undergoing some trial testing phases before it hits mainstream, before it hits the mainstream market. So I don't fully agree with what Jensen has to say here about it opening up, newer jobs. He's not telling the whole truth. The whole truth is AI is going to take over, and boom, there's going to be a mass unemployment shift in people that are being displaced in these sectors. Now, right now is the time to be talking about the contingency plan on how exactly are we going to continue this economy, right? How exactly are we going to accommodate the masses of people who are going to be unemployed for an untold amount of time, right? That is the question, and that is the issue that we should be trying to solve for right now before AI fully takes over. Anyway, that's just my perspective. Again, I could be fully wrong. And as a matter of fact, if I am wrong, I would love to hear your opinion and your take on the matter. Please leave a comment below. If you like what you saw, please give me a follow, a subscribe, and a like, and share this video with as many people as you can. Again, I look forward to your opinions. Have a nice day.